Can you hear me? Hear me now? Can you hear me? Hear me now? Can you hear me now? Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to screw me, but I've been a genius. Caddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me? Hear me now?
The beautiful Puget Sound just to our west. You get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And now running right through him. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Hurry!
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Come on, gotta go.
Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Now it's Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now Trubisky lost the football, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Lock in, lock in.
On second down, Cook. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Trubisky will throw. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey, 18, 18, 18. 18, 18. Blue, blue, blue.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now Trubisky. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Derek Barnett able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now it's Trubisky. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Derek Barnett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. And Crosby puts it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen, eluding the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And bulldozing his way through. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. Detroit! It's a big play there for the Eagles. 42 yards. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And now it's Rosen looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Flush to his right. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
We're go, let's go!
Mike 6, 33.
Hey, keep it up! Hey, check Mike 30.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hurry!
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Throw right side, caught by Davis. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Trubisky to throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided there was a time to be aggressive. Now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Take Carradine. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen looking for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kelvin Benjamin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Second and 10, it's Trubisky again. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen, and he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reed. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He's got the hook up to Lee. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Red's up. Red's up. Hey, check.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And his throw here is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Traquan Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Spins past it. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Nice pick. Red's up.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And this one complete to Reed. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 46 yards away. And Crosby puts it through. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Elliott now to kick this one away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Flushed out right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Watch him now, Barney. Detroit.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, it's Rosen, eluding the pressure right. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Hang on, we got, you see it? You see it? Red, up!
A give. This is Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
18.
On 1st down, Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Powerful running. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now Trubisky to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts him in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
You got him! You got him! You got him!
Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Everybody scoot up. Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And he is is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Sterling Shepard with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Rush it. Rush it. Mike check 33. 33. Blue. Watch the back.
Now Trubisky on first down. Looking long for his tight end read. Picked off by John Johnson. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tank Carradine in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On play action, Rosen. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The tackle is made by Micah Hyde. They'll run again with Clement. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Uncorks one for Davis. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run it now out of the gun. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. Now the ball comes loose, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Boom, boom. Set up. 180. Hang on, we got you see it, you see it? Hurry, hurry.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop.
And now here is another interception. John Johnson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Eagles, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.